Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday morning market webcast. Okay, it's been a wild Globex, to say the least. They gapped it down. They filled it almost immediately. They took it past the gap, ran it straight up, dealt loosely with the 200-day and with the upper band and up at 29.47, 29.50. And then promptly they took 50 handles right out of it overnight from the Europe Open and beyond. Just dumped it right back out. So I have not, the room has not participated in any of it. I was out of pocket last night and I'm like, I'm not chasing that. Then I woke up this morning, I'm like, well, I guess that was a short. These Globex sessions they've got a lot of volatility attached to them. But what we're seeing here is potentially little false breakout from these tight bands. You see price migrating back into the 2800s, back down towards things like the daily middle band. And if that's the case, then these bands are going to continue to compress. It doesn't mean there isn't plenty of elbow room to get your handles in and get your work done. There certainly is. I mean, last night certainly proved that. And it was a good day Friday. There were a lot of moves. We're still in a consolidation phase until further notice. It's going on about 25 sessions now. So here's your hourly chart. You can see the upper band here. They tested that. That was a little gap down. Like I said, they filled it immediately. They took it up and beyond. And then it's been basically 50 to 60 handles straight down. They couldn't hold the pre-FOMC price. They tried here at like 3 in the morning. When that broke, I was surprised to see the hourly mid-band make as little effort as it did to hold up price. It had been good support all last week, Thursday, Friday. It broke, and it has stayed broken. So as that moving average curls down, you have to wonder if it's going to get a test today. If it doesn't, then the bears can have a fairly decent day, orderly day to the downside. You see the new weekly pivot here, 28.78. That lines up with the 9-day. It looks like price really wants to have a look at that area. And testing weekly pivot on a Monday is never a bad thing. What the bulls have to avoid is any further damage beyond weekly pivot. If today, in retrospect, looks like a test of the upper band, a move back to the weekly pivot that holds, that doesn't get the 20-day involved, etc., and then they can start to build higher lows off of there, then by the time you get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, I mean, the bulls are going to win the day. But if this thing stays bidless, and you really can't call anything of the last 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of tape anything but bidless, then the chances of it holding that weekly pivot aren't very good. And if they close below it, well, then that's going to embolden shorts to come in and try to push this thing back towards the 20-day. And then, it's starting to do one of the things that I really said all last week and the week before that it needed to do if anybody wanted to pull back. Converting levels that matter, keeping them converted on a closing basis, and holding those levels for multiple days. If it does that, price will come in. The market will come in. It'll gravitate back towards this 28.44 area. If not, then you have a golden opportunity for a higher low that could push back up and through. It's a very strange Globex. It's a very strange Globex. Big ramp up and a bigger move back, all in a pretty short period of time. It's good news for traders because that's a lot of volatility. But it sets up a very interesting morning. So for my part, we're flat. We're going to stay flat. We'll get into 9:30. We'll see what it wants to do. But we'll keep these areas in mind as as we go through the morning. But the key question for me is, come the close of this Globex session, come 5 o'clock, what side of 28.78 are we trading on? Alternatively, what side of the hourly mid-band are we trading on? If we're below both, Bears have a chance this week. If we're above both, I mean, okay. Shorts better be prepared to get dragged behind the bus for a few more days. And, we'll go back up and retest this upper band. Whoops. All right, I'm going the wrong way here. More coffee is required. But that's where we stand. Off the open, volume weighted average price is at 29.25. It's lined up with the hourly mid-band, so that's a little bit interesting. Our proprietary moving average is 29.12. 5-minute mid is at 29.05. So I'm sure there'll be a bounce here. The question is, how high does it go, and what do the Bears do with it after it bounces? And I think that's what the open will be about. All right, everybody have a fantastic day. Take care. Be safe. Be healthy. Trade them well. I will see you for the evening webcast tonight. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.